Welcome to your 10-minute morning yoga flow. Today we're focusing on stretching and energizing your body for the day ahead or to cool down after a workout. In a comfortable seated position, hands on your knees, close your eyes. Begin to gently roll your neck in circle, releasing any stiffness or tightness. After a few breaths, we'll move the rotation on the other side. Start to rotate your shoulder backwards, opening up the chest. Now let's move to the other side with the rotation of the shoulders. Place your left hand next to you and bring your right arm above your head, stretching to the side. Now let's move to the other side, feeling the stretch on the side of your body. Make sure to keep both cheekbones onto the mat. Now let's move to all fours and let's start with some gentle movement to warm up the body. Inhale, arch your back, lift your gaze for cow pose, and exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin for cat pose. Continue to flow with your breath, moving between cat and cow pose for a few rounds. Inhale and come to a neutral spine. Let's meet at the top of your mat. Standing at the top of your mat with your feet hip width apart. Inhale as you reach your arms overhead, lengthening through your fingertips. And exhale as you gently fold forward from your hips, allowing your torso to drape over your thighs. Bend your knees slightly if needed and bring your arms to the floor or grasp your opposite elbow. Let your head hang heavy, releasing any tension in your neck and shoulder. Feel the weight of your upper body surrendering to gravity. Inhale and release your hand and lift halfway, hand on shin, lengthening your spine, and exhale, fold forward again. Step back into a high plank position and lower down into chaturanga, moving into an upward facing dog on the inhale and a downward facing dog on the exhale. This is our first downward facing dog, so let's have fun with it. Pedal out your feet, bending one knee and then the other, finding movement and release in your leg. We'll take a few deep breaths here. Now step back to the top of your mat and let's move through two sun salutation following your breath. Inhale, straighten your spine to halfway lift and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your hands up to the ceiling, take a deep breath and exhale, fold forward again. Halfway lift with the inhale and then exhale, fold forward. And step or jump your feet to the back of your mat and lower to your chaturanga, up into an upward facing dog and finally into a downward facing dog with the exhale. Now look forward and step your feet at the top of your mat. Halfway lift on the inhale and exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands back to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold forward. Step to the back of your mat and lower to your chaturanga, coming into your upward facing dog, and on the exhale, your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up for three-legged dog. Begin to open your hips by bending the lifted leg, allowing your knee to point towards the sky. Bring your right leg in between your hands at the top of your mat and lower your left knee to the mat for a runner's lunge, lifting your arms to the ceiling. Feel the stretch into the hip flexor and hamstring. Exhale, bring your hands back to the mat and lift your left knee by pushing into your left toes. Keep your left hand onto the mat and bring your right arm to the ceiling into a low lunge twist pose. Bring your hands down back to the mat and move back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up high for three-legged dog and open your left hip by bending the lifted leg. On your next inhale, bring your left leg in between your hands at the top of the mat and lower your right knee to the mat for runner's lunge, lifting your arms to the ceiling. On your next exhale, bring your hands back to the mat and lift your right knee. Keep your right hand on the mat and bring your left arm to the ceiling for a low lunge twist pose. Bring your hands back to the mat and move back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up for three-legged dog and open the hip again. We are going to move to our pigeon pose series. As you exhale, bring your left leg forwards and towards the center of your mat and place your right knee behind your wrist. Your shin will angle towards the opposite side of the mat. Ensure your back leg is straight and extended behind you. Depending on your flexibility and comfort level, you can stay upright, or if it feels appropriate, you can fold forward over your front leg, resting on forearms or forehead on the mat for a deeper stretch. Deep breath into the stretch here. Now engage your core muscle and press into your hands to lift your torso back up. Then carefully tuck your back toes under and lift your hip and back to your three-legged dog on the other side. Open your hips and let's move to the pigeon pose on the left side. Breathe deeply into the stretch, and if it feels good, fold forward onto your leg. Try to think of stretching even more on each exhale. Now press into your hands and move back to your downward facing dog on the next exhale. On your next exhale, come back to a high plank and lower down into a chaturanga and onto an upward facing dog and back to a downward facing dog. We're going to do this a few times. So high plank, lower to your chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Another time. Exhale, high plank, lower chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Come onto your knees and find a comfortable seated position at the back of your mat. Straighten your leg and make sure that your cheekbones are onto the mat, and fold forward into a forward fold and breathe deeply into this stretch. If this feels uncomfortable, you can always bend your knees a little bit. Let's take a few breaths here. Now we are going to do a twisted pose. So bring your right leg, cross it over your left leg, and bring your left arm to the ceiling and press it against your right leg. Twist by pressing your left arm into your right leg. And unfold. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring your left leg, cross it over your right leg, bring your right arm to the ceiling and press it into the left leg. Straighten your spine as much as possible here. And we are going to unfold. Now we are going to lie on your back. Bring your knees to your chest and rock side to side to massage your lower back. You can make some rounds, do whatever feels good to you. Finally, our last pose. Put your arms and your legs onto the floor and concentrate on your breathing. Close your eyes, I'm gonna let you know when this is over. Start to move your fingertips, your toes, and move to the right side. Push into your left hand to bring you back to a seated position. Put your arms onto your knees and close your eyes again. Put your left hand on your heart and right on your belly. Take a last deep breath here. I hope you enjoyed this workout. My name is Mary. Please don't forget to subscribe and give it a like. And I will see you in my next one. Namaste.